Cambridge O-Level, Paper 1, Math, October, November 2019. So question number 1, let's go ahead and do that. So it is a fraction question. So we have part A, evaluate 1 over 8 minus 1 over 4. So the first thing we need to do is to expand this one. So how do we expand? We do 1 times 8 is 8 plus 1 is 9. So it becomes 9 over 8 minus 1 over 4. The next step is to find a common denominator. So we take those two numbers and multiply them. So we get 8 times 4 is the denominator. Then we have to cross multiply. We have 9 times 4 and minus is minus 8 times 1, 1 times 8. Okay, so now we simplify. So 9 times 4 is what? Is 36 minus 8 divided by 8 times 4 is 32. Okay, 36 minus 8 is 28 divided by 32. Now we can simplify. We divide by 4, we have 7. 4 is 8. So your answer for part A will be 7 over 8. That is the fraction. So now moving on to part B, we have evaluate 5 over 9 divided by 2 over 3. So when we have divide, we need to convert divide to multiply. So how do we do this? We first rewrite the first fraction just like it is, and then we change divide into multiply. Then for this one we have to flip it. We have to take 3 on top and 2 on the bottom. So now 5 times 3 is what? Is 15, and 9 times 2 is 18. Divided by 3, we get 5, 6. So your answer for part B is 5 over 6. That's it. Question number 2, write these values in order, starting with the smallest. So we have 5 numbers. So we have fractions, we have percentage, we have decimal place. So we need to convert everything to one of them. So for this one, let's convert everything to decimal numbers. Okay, so what is 7 over 200? So 7 over 200, let's divide by half. So divide by 2. We will have, it will be 3 point half over 100. This will be 0.035. So that's the first number. Okay, how about 4%? 4% is 4 over 100, which is equal to 0.04. 3 over 50 times 2 times 2, we will have 6 over 100. That will be 0.06. And this one is the same, 0.03, and this one will become, so 1 over 20, we need to multiply by 5. Multiply by 5 will be 5 over 100, which is 0.05. So now which one of those numbers is the smallest? So we can see that this one is the smallest, so it will be 0.03. Next one will be this one, which is 7 over 200. Next one will be this one, which is 4%. And the last one will be, in this one, we have 1 over 20. And the last one is 3 over 50. And this is your answer for part 2. So you could also convert every numbers into fractions. So this will be 7 over 200. So we can convert them to the same denominator as 200. So let's try that, why not? So let's convert this. So this will be the same. So this will be the first number. Okay, so let's convert 4% to a base of 200. So 4% is 4 over 100. So we need to times 2 times 2. It will be 8 over 200, right? And 3 over 50, we need to multiply by 4. So it will be 12 over 200. 0.03 is actually 3 over 100. So we have to times 2 because we need 200 in the base. That will be 6 over 200. And the last one is 1 over 20. We need to times 10. So it will be 10 over 200. So that will be the other method we can use to order these numbers in smallest to largest. So one method is convert everything to decimal place, and the other one will be to fractions and compare the numerators to find which one is the smallest. Okay, this one is pretty easy. So now let's go to question number. So from the list of numbers, write down part A, a prime number, a square number, part C, an irrational number. So we have a list of numbers. So we have square root of 35, square root of 36, 36, 36 over 37, 37, 37 over 36, 3.7. So write down a prime number. So we know which one of those numbers that we know is a prime number. So we can observe this one is a prime number because 37 only has prime factors 1 and 37. So 37 is the prime number. Write down the square number. We know that this is equal to 6 square, so this is a square number, 36. What is an irrational number? So first, an irrational number is a number which cannot be written as a fraction. So this is not, this is not, this is not, this is not, this is not. So we have only these two remaining. So now we know that square root of 36 is actually 6. So this one will be irrational. So okay. Question number 4, solve the equation 6 plus 8x equal to 7 minus 2x. So the first step is we have to put x on one side and put all the constant on the other side. So 8x, so minus 2x will become plus 2x equal to 7 minus 6. So 8x plus 2x will be 10x equal to 1. X will be 1 over 10. And this is your answer for part question number 4. 1 over 10. Question number 5, part A, factorize 49 minus 9t squared. So we know that 49 is also equal to 7 squared. And 9, this is minus, 9 is equal to 3 squared, t squared. So here we have 7 squared minus 3t squared. So we have to use the formula. If we have a squared minus b squared, we will have a plus b and then a minus b. So same thing here, we have to replace. So we have 7 plus 3t, 7 minus 3t. That is the answer for part A. So now part B, you observe that we have x here and we have x here. So let's put those two numbers on one side. So we have 15xy plus 5x plus the remaining will be minus 6y minus 2. Okay, so what is common with those two numbers? So we have x common and 5 common. So we take out 5x, we have 3y as remaining plus 1. Now plus, what is common with those two? We have minus is common and 2 is common. We have 3y, so we take out minus will be plus 1. So now we observe we have plus minus, so plus minus is minus. So we have 5x, 3y plus 1 minus 2, 3y plus 1. So we see these two are the same. So let's continue here. We can take it out. We will have 3y plus 1. And what's remaining? We have 5x minus 2. So this is your answer for part B. Question number 6. A movie lasts for 1 hour and 48 minutes and finishes at 10:15 p.m. Find the time it starts. So we have to take 10:15 p.m. minus 1 hour and 48 minutes. Okay, so 1, 0. So 10 minus 8 is 2. 2 plus 5 is 7. Cut here 9. We get 60 minutes. So 6. So 0 is here. So 6 minus 4 is 2. And then 9 minus 1 is 8. So the time it begins will be 8:27 p.m. Okay. So now for part B. The size of a television screen is given as 95 centimeters. Okay, 95 centimeters. And it is correct to the nearest 5 centimeter, which means we have to do 5 divided by 2. We have 2.5. Okay, so the upper bound will be, we have to add 2.5 to find this bound, which will be 97.5, and we have to minus 2.5, we will get 92.5. Okay, so the question will be, write down the upper bound of the size of the television. So what is the upper bound? It will be 97.5, and this is the answer for part B. Question number 7, the diagram shows a circle, its center and two chords are equal length. So it is equal in length and has the same center. The diagram has one line of symmetry. Draw thus one line of symmetry. So as you can observe, the line of symmetry will be between those two chords. It needs to be somewhat symmetrical. So let's find the midpoint of those two lines. It will be about here. So just draw your line, and this will be the line of symmetry of this circle. Okay, so now part B. We have in the diagram below, two small triangles are shaded. So we have two triangles that are shaded. Shade one more triangle to give the diagram a rotational symmetry of order 3. So that will be, 3 will be 360 divided by 3, which is 120. So we need to be able to rotate this triangle by 120, and then it needs to look the same every single time, which means it has 3 sides. So if I rotate this side to this side, we must have the same positions. So how can I do this? So from observation, I have to shade this one. Yep. And that is your answer for part B. Question number 8. By writing each number correct to one significant figure, estimate the value of this fraction. So we have this number, 39.864. We have square root of 8.987. So let's first ignore the square root. We just write down the inside, which is 8.987. And the last number is 0.6013. So we have to write these numbers correct to one significant figure. So how do we do this? So we first, since it is 1, we leave the first one alone, and we ask ourselves if this number is bigger or equal to 5. If it is, then we have to add 1 to the first number. So this one it is, so we have to do 3 plus 1 will be 4, and then the rest is becomes 0. So 4, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay. So same thing here as well. We leave the first one alone. We ask ourselves if this number is bigger or equal to 5. Yes, it is. So we have to add 1, which becomes 9.000. And for the last one, we have to ask ourselves, so this is the first number, and if this one is bigger or equal to 5, no, it is not. So we just leave this one alone, and we convert everything to 0. Okay, so now we have to replace these numbers back in the fraction. So this one becomes 40 times square root of 9 divided by 0.6. So 40 times square root of 9 is 3, divided by 0.6. Divide by 3, we have 1, 0.2. And divide by 2, we have 0.1 and 20. So that will be, let's do it here. So 0.1 and 20. That will be 20 divided by 0.1, which is equal to 200. So an estimate value for the fraction will be 200. Question number 9. We have a map has a scale of 5 centimeter to 2 kilometers. So 5 centimeter to 2 kilometer. That's the scale of the map. The actual distance between the two masts is 14 kilometers. Calculate the distance in centimeters on the map between the two masts. Okay, so we know that 2 kilometers represent 5 centimeters on the map. So what is the distance of 14 kilometers represent on the map? It will be 5 divided by 2 times 14. 7, so 5 times 7 is 35. So on the map, the distance will be 35 centimeters. Okay, so now moving down to part B. On the map, the surface area of the lake is 50 centimeters square. Calculate the surface area in kilometer square of the actual lake. Okay, so we first have to find the scale of centimeter square. So we know that So let's calculate. We know that 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meter, which is equal to 1,000,000 centimeter, right? So our scale here is actually we have to convert that to square. So we have 5 centimeter is a ratio to 2 kilometer. So if we square them, we will have actually 25 centimeter square will be 4 kilometer square, which means that if so 25 centimeter square is equal to 4 kilometer square. Okay, so this will be, so we need to find the value of 50 centimeters square. That will be 4 divided by 25 times 50, which is 8 kilometer square. So your answer for part 2 will be 8 kilometer square. Okay, so now moving on to part C. Write the scale of 5 centimeter to 2 kilometers to 1 to n. So 5 centimeter to kilometer. So we have to first change the unit to become the same. So this will be 5 centimeter. This will become 2,000,000 centimeter. We can cut. Divide by 5, we have 1. Here we have 4,000,000. So your answer will be 40,000. Question number 10, we have y is inversely proportional to x. So from this equation, from this information, we have this equation, y is inversely proportional to x, which is y equal to k over x. So when x equal to 2, y equal to t. Find the value of k. So when x equal to 2, y equal to t. So the value of k is 2t. So the equation now is y equal to 2t over x. Find an expression in terms for y in terms of t when x equal to 3. So replace x by the value of 3. So when x equal to 3, the value of y is 2t over 3. And this is your answer for the y. Question number 11, part A. Express this number in standard form. Okay. So this number is what? Let's write it down. So 5, 0, 0 times square. So what is this? This is actually times, which is 10 to the power of 6. Okay. So this becomes 4, 5, 0, 0 times 10 to the power of 6. So here we have 1, 2, 3 becomes 4.5 times 10 to the power of 3 times 10 to the power of 6, which is 4.5 times 10 to the power of 9. And your answer for part A will be 4.5 times 10 power 9. Now part B, giving your answer in standard form, evaluate this fraction. So we have 2.4 times 10 power of minus 8 divided by 4 times 10 power of minus 3. So we can divide those two into two parts. We can put the numbers, which is 2.4 divided by 4 times 10 minus 8 divided by 10 minus 3, which is equal to 0.6. So 0.6 times, so when we divide we have to minus, so 10 minus 8 minus 3. So minus become plus. So 0.6 times 10. So minus 8 plus 3 is minus 5. So now your answer needs to be in standard form. We have to move one decimal place to the right. It will be 6 times 10 minus 6. Your answer will be 6 times 10 power of minus 6. Question number 12. We have a polygon has 12 sides. Calculate the sum of interior angles of this polygon. So we have to use a formula. So the sum of interior angles is equal to n minus 2 times 180, where n is number of sides. So replace the n here. So this polygon has 12 sides, so we'll have 12 minus 2 times 180, which is equal to 10 times 180, which is 1800. So the sum of the interior angles will become 1800 degrees. Question number 13, simplify. So we have 2x squared power 0. So we know that anything power 0 is equal to 1. The answer is 1. So we have 3x cubed power 2. So let's expand that. Let's bring the 2 inside. We will have 2x 6. So that will be your answer, which is 3 power 2 is what? Sorry, 3 power 2 is 9x 6. So your answer will be 9x power 6. So now part C, we have 8 over x cubed bracket power to the minus 1 over 3. So since the power is negative, we can convert that to positive. So the way we do this is we take the denominator, we bring it up, we take this one, we bring it down. So it becomes x cubed over 8 becomes positive 1 over 3. So now we can simplify. We know that 8 is 2 becomes this, and 2 cubed power of 1 over 3 becomes x over 2, and that is your answer for part C, which is x divided by 2. Question number 14. The temperatures in degrees Celsius of 120 people were measured. The results are summarized in the cumulative frequency diagram. So we have this curve which represents the information of those 120 people. And the question number 1, part A. Use the diagram to find an estimate of the 20th percentile. So 20th percentile is just 20th over 100 times the number of people is 120. So times 120, what do we get? We get 0, 0, 0, 0, which will be the 24th person on the curve. So let's find that. So this is 20, 40, so that will be 30, and this will be 22, 24 will be here. So now let's draw a straight line, a horizontal line to cut the curve and find the temperature. So it will be touching the curve at this point, and if we draw a vertical line, it will cut at this point. So the 20th percentile for this will be 36.6 degrees Celsius. So now for part B, estimate the number of people with temperature between 36.8 and 37. Okay, so first, let's go on the graph and find where is 36.8. So it is this. We have to draw a vertical line to cut the graph. And where is 37? It is here. And we do the same thing. Draw a vertical line and cut the graph. Okay, so once we do that, we have to match it to the number of people that has the temperature or lower. So that's the first line and that's the second line. Okay, so for the answer, we have to find the distance between these two. Okay, so this is 100. So 100 minus this will be 62. So we have 9, 10, 8, 3. So my answer for this will be estimate for the number of people with temperature between 36.8 and 37. I have 38. So your answer may be 37 or 39, and that is okay because it is only an estimate and it should be fine. But the methods of doing that is the same. We have to first draw a line to connect to the curve and then draw a vertical and horizontal line to find the values on the frequency as well as the temperatures. So that was question number 14. Question number 15. The time taken by each member of a group of students to solve a problem was recorded. Some of the results are summarized in the table and illustrated in the histogram. So whenever we see a histogram, we know we have to find the frequency density. So we have a formula for that. So frequency density is equal to the frequency divided by class width. So let's find the class width. So what is the class width for each class? So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 class. So what is the class width? So 2 minus 1 is 1. 3 minus 2 is 1. 4 minus 3 is 1. 6 minus 4 is 2. 8 minus 6 is 2. So these are the class width of each class. Okay. So how do you find the frequency density? We have to do frequency divided by class width. So frequency is 6 divided by class width is 1. So it has become 6, become 10, 12, p divided by 2, and 2. So these are the frequency densities of each class. So now part A, use the histogram to find the value of p. Value of p is in the class from 4 to 6. So class 4 to 6, the density was 8, which means we have to equate p over 2 equal to 8. Okay, so p divided by 2 is 8, so the value of p will be 16. Okay, so now moving on to part B, complete the histogram. Okay, so we have to draw the class from 1 to 2. 1 to 2 is 6. So that's the histogram for part 1 to 2, and we have to draw the class from 6 to 8. That will be 2. Will be this. So we join the lines and we complete the histogram for this class. And that's it for question number 15. Question number 16. In the diagram, AP, BQ, and CR are bisectors of the angles of triangle ABC. So which means that this angle is the same, which is 22. This angle is the same as well, 37. This one is 31, for example, right? So now we have calculate the angle POC. So POC, we have to find this angle. Okay. So the first step, we observe that we can take this triangle out. We have A, P, and C. So we see C, A, and P. So we observe this is 37, and this angle is 44, which means this angle here is what? So we know the sum of the angles of a triangle is 180, so 180 minus 44 minus 37, we get this angle. So that will be 7, 10, so we have to get one more, 6, so 20 minus 11 is 9, and then we have 6 minus 4 is 2, 2 minus 3 is minus 1, so we can't, so 0, 10. So 16 minus 4 is how much? 16 minus 4 is 12, 12 minus 3 is 9. Okay, so the angle, this angle is 99 degrees. So now we observe again, we have another triangle that we can take out. We have O, P, C. Right, so we know these two, we have to find this one. So this one will be 180 minus 22, which is 7, 10 will be 8, 5, 1 minus 99. This will be 4, 9. 14 minus 9 is 59. So your answer for part A will be 59 degrees. Okay, so now moving on to part B. In the diagram, shade the region containing the points which are nearer to AB than to AC. So nearer to AB, so we'll be on this side, okay? And the next condition will be nearer to CA than to CB. So CA will be on top, so your answer will be, this is the region that we need to shade. Okay, and that's it for question number 16. Question number 17. A bag contains 2 white beads and a black bead only. So we have 2 white and 1 black beads. Okay, so 2 beads are taken at random without replacement. Complete the tree diagram. So what are the chances that the first bead is white? It is 2/3, right? And then, so that is white, black, white, black. So now if we take 1 white away, we will have only 1 white and 1 black that remains. So the chances of it being white will be half and black half as well. So now here we have 1/3 chance of getting a black in the first draw, and then if we take away the black, we will have 2 whites remaining, which means we will have 2/2 and then 0/2 for black. So that is your tree diagram for this draw. So now part B, write down the chances that 2 black beads are taken. So black and black will be 1/3 times 0/2, which is 0. So your answer will be 0. Question number 18, we have the vertices of a triangle ABC is as follows. So we have the points for ABC. Show that AB is equal to BC. So we can find the length of AB first. So that will be what? That will be -1 minus 7. That will be -8 square. And then so 6 minus 0 will be 6 square. That is, so 64 plus 36, that will be 100, which is 10. So the length of AB is 10. So now find the length of BC. So BC will be -1 minus 1 will be 0 square, plus -4 minus 6 will be -10 square, which is 100, which is 10. So we have proven that AB is equal to BC, which is 10, 10, right? 10 equal to 10. Thus, we have shown that AB is the same as BC. Okay. So now moving on to part B, find the area of the triangle ABC. So we have, let's say we have the triangle. Right, this is point B, this is point A, and this is point C. So we have proven that AB and BC are the same, so these two are the same, and the length is 10 and 10. What is the length of AC? Let's find out. So A is 7, 0, C is -1, -4, right? So what is the length of AC? So AC will be the square root of, so that will be -1 minus 7, 8 square, -8 square, plus -4 minus 0 will be -4 square, which is equal to 64 plus 16, which is square root of 80. So this will be the length of AC. So now what is the length? So this will be the vertical line cutting the AC into equal parts. So this is 90 degrees. And what is the length? Let's name this point P. What is the length of AP? AP will be square root of 80 divided by 2, which is so what is 80? 80 will be 4 times 20. So I can take out 4 will be 2 square root of 20. Okay, so 2 square root of 20 divided by 2. So AP, let's continue here. AP will be 2 square root of 20 divided by 2. That will be square root of 20. Okay, so the length of AP will be square root of 20. So what is this length? PB. So we can use the Pythagoras Theorem. We will have 10 square minus 20, which is which is this square. So let's simplify. We will have 100 minus 20, which will be square root of 80. Okay, so PB, the height PB will be square root of 80. So now find the area. So area of triangle is the same formula. So area of triangle ABC is half time base, which is AC, which is 2 square root of 20 times height, which is square root of 80. So that will be this, and square root of 20 times square root of 80, it is square root of, so 20 times 80 will be 1600, which will be, so we have 440, which is equal to 40. 40 times 40 will be square root of 1600. So the area will be 40 units square for the question. This is question number 19. We have the line AB. So question number part 1. So we are saying that C is a point above AB. So C is a point above AB on top, where AC is 5 centimeters and BC is 7. So let's find the length from AC. So we have to use a ruler and measure the length of 5 centimeters. So it will be about here. So now we have to draw an arc from the point A above, so we can find the point C. So now we have BC is 7, so same thing, we have to use a ruler and find the length of 7 using your compass. So 7 will be about this length. So now we go to point B and we intersect the first arc. So the point of intersection is the point C. So now we join the lines ABC to form the triangle ABC. Okay, that's the first line, and this one is the second line. Okay, so that's the answer for part A. So moving on, we have question number B. D is a point below AB. It will be below. So we have angle BAD is 28 degrees and angle ABD is 96. Okay, so we have to use our protractor and a ruler. So angle BAD is 28. So which means we have to measure the angle on this, on A. So BAD will be 28. So 28 is, this is 10, this is 20, and this is 28, the point 28, okay? And now angle, so let's draw a line first so we know where it can be. So that's the first information. Angle BAD is 28, so that's 28. Okay, that's the first part of the information. And then we have angle ABD is 96. So we have to go to angle B, and the angle inside is 96. So it will be, this is 90, 96 will be about here, which means we have to draw a line to find the point of intersection. Okay, so the point of intersection will be this, which means this is one, is the point D. So now let's join the lines to form the triangle ADB. So we have to use the information. This is angle 28 and this is the angle 96 to find the point D. And this is the answer for your question number 19. Question number 20, it is a circles question. In the diagram, the points A, B, C, D, so we have A, B, C, D, lie on the circle center O. Okay, So now we have angle ACB as 69 and angle DCA as 34. Okay. So part A, find the angle ABD. So ABD, find this angle. So we observe that this angle has the arc AD. Also, this angle here has the same arc AD, which means this angle is equal to this. So angle ABD is equal to 34. And the reason is because the angle reflects from the same arc. So AD goes here, AD goes here. Same arc, same angle. Okay, so now part B, find the angle AOD, which is AOD, this angle. So now as well, we observe that we have angle ABD on the arc AD, and we have angle AOD on the arc AD as well. So it is angle on the same arc, but this one is angle at the center. So we need to know that angle at center, angle at center is always twice angle at circumference. So which means angle AOD, which is the angle at center, will be twice the angle at circumference. So 2 times 34 will be your answer. 2 times 34 will be 68. So 68 degrees will be angle AOD for part B. And now the last part, find the angle DAB. Angle DAB, this angle. Okay, so what can we do is we can take the shape out. Let's take it out. We have A, D, C, B, and join these two lines. This is A, this is D, this is C, and this is B. So we need to find this angle, and we know the size of this angle, which is 34 plus 69. So 34 plus 69 becomes 103. So since every point is on the circumference, we can use a rule. This is a quadrilateral, which means that we know opposite sides need to become 180. So because every point touches the circumference of the circle, and this one is a four-side shape, which is a quadrilateral, we have to use a rule, which is these two, they add up to 180. So opposite angles become 180. So what is the size of this angle? We have to do 180 minus 103. So 7, 10, 10 minus 3 will be 7. That will be 7. So your answer for part C, for angle DAB, will be 77. Question number 21. So the diagram shows the points O and C. So we have point O and point C, and the vectors P and Q. So define P as a column vector. So P will be, so 1 square to the left and 2 the top, become -1, 2. And define Q as a column vector. It will be 1, 2 to the right and 0 or up or down. So that will be the definition of the vectors P and Q as column vectors. Okay, so now question part 1. Given that OA is 2P, mark and label the point A. So OA is 2P, so 2 times P is 2 times 1, 2 will be -2 and 4. So from the point O, -2 will be 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That will be the point A. Okay, so now part B, given that OB is P minus 2Q, so P is 1, 2, minus 2Q, Q is 2, 0. So we simplify, we have -1, 2, minus 4, 0. That will be -1 minus 4 will be -5. 2 minus 0 will be 2. So that will be the point OB. So OB, we have to label that on the graph. So that will be -5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2. So let's do that again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. That will be the point B. Okay, so now part C, express OC in terms of P and Q. So let's find OC as a column vector. So OC equal to, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2. Becomes 5 to the right and minus 2 to the bottom. So we have to express this in terms of P and Q. So we have to write OC is equal to something times P, which is minus 1, 2, plus something times Q, which is 2, 0, which is equal to OC, which is 5 minus 2. Okay, so we can solve this as a simultaneous equation. We expand, we have minus A plus 2B equal to 5. That's the first equation. And here we have 2A equal to, so B is 0, so minus 2, which means A is equal to minus 1. And we have to replace the value here. We have minus 1 plus 2B equal to 5. So 1 plus 2B equal to 5. So 2B equal to 4. So the value of B will be 2. So thus we have to replace the value here. So we have OC equal to, A is what? A is minus 1. What is this column vector? It is P plus B is 2. And what is this column vector? Is Q. So this is your answer for part C. So OC in terms of P and Q is minus P plus 2Q. So number 22, water drips from a tap into a container which stands on a flat surface. The container is a cuboid with a base of 5 and width is 4 centimeters. The volume of each drop of water is 0.08. Calculate the change in water level caused by 400 drops. So the first thing we need to do is find the volume of water that came in the tank. So volume will be 400 times 0.08. So this will become, so that will be 4 times 8 will be 32, and 0, 0 go away. Okay, so the volume of water in the tank will be 32 centimeter cube. That's the volume of water in the tank. So now moving on to find the change in level of water. So what do we mean by that? We mean that we need to find, so that was a tank. We have water. Let's say this is water now in the tank. Right, this is water for the 400 drops that went into the water. So we need to find the change in the water level. We need to find the height of the tank, of the water in the tank. So which means if we know the volume, we can find the height. So what is the volume of a cuboid? We know that we have to do length times width times height to find volume of a cuboid. So volume is 32, length is 5 times width is 4, height. We need to find the value of h. So h is equal to 32 divided by, this is 20, so divide by 20. It will become, divide by 2 will be 16, 10. 16 divided by 10 will be 1.6. So your answer for the change in volume, the change in level will be 1.6 centimeter. Question number 24, part A, express this operation as a single matrix. So the first thing we do, we need to bring this 3 inside. So 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times minus 1 is minus 3, this is 0 and this is 6. Minus, and bring this 2 inside, we get minus 2, 2, 4, and 2. Now we subtract. So 3 minus 2 is 3 plus 5, 3 plus 2 is 5. Minus 3 minus 2 is minus 5. 0 minus 4 is minus 4. 6 minus 2 is 4. So this is your answer for part A. Okay, now moving on to part B. We have find the inverse of this matrix. So let's first find its determinant. Equal to half times 1 minus 1 times 0. Okay, so we get half. Now find the adjacent matrix. So adjacent matrix will be, we have to switch those two positions. So 1 becomes here and half becomes here. Switch the sign of those two. So 0 become minus 0, which is still 0. 1 become minus 1. Okay, so inverse of this matrix becomes 1 over determinant, which is half, 1 over half, times this matrix, minus 1, 1 over 2, which is equal to 2, 1, 0, minus 1, 1 over 2. So now we'll simplify, we'll bring this in, we'll get 2, 0, minus 2, 1. So that is your answer for part B. Okay, now for part C, find a matrix X such that X times this matrix get a 4 by 4 matrix. Okay, so what type of matrix X needs to be so we can get a 4 by 4 matrix? So X has to be a column matrix with 2 entries. Let's call them A and B. So if this 2 times this 2, we get a 4 by 4 matrix. So that is the only way. And we need to find the values inside of this matrix X. So let's do the multiplication. So we get 3A, 2A, 3B, and 2B. So now we just have to compare to find the values of this A and B. Okay, so 3A equal to 6, 2A equal to 4. So 3A equal to 6, and we have 2A equal to 4, which means A is equal to 6 divided by 3, which is 2, and A equal to 4 divided by 2, which is 2. So same, good. So A will be 2. Now for B, we have 3B equal to minus 3 and 2B equal to minus 2, which means B equal to minus 1. So same for those two. So your answer for part C will be X equal to a column vector, and for the values of A, which is 2, and B is minus 1. So that is your answer for part C. So the most important point is this part. We have to know by what we must multiply this matrix to get a 4 by 4 matrix. That was the most important part, and the rest was just evaluating and then finding the parts of A and B. Question number 25. The diagram is a speed-time graph representing parts of a train's journey. The train slows down uniformly from a speed of 40 ms to a speed of 8 meters per second in a time of 10 seconds. Okay, so it then accelerates uniformly during the next 50 seconds. Part A. Find the deceleration between time equal to 0 and time equal to 10. So we need to find the deceleration between time 0 and 10. So we know that deceleration is equal to the gradient of the graph. Okay, so whenever we have a speed time graph, the gradient of the graph is the deceleration. So which is, we have to find the height of the triangle. So triangle, this is the triangle. We know this the shape on the bottom, and we have to find the height of the triangle. So height will be 40 minus 8 will be 12. This is the 40 minus 8 will be 32 for the height. 32. The base will be 0 to 10 will be 10. So deceleration will be 3.2 meters per second square. So now part B, find the distance traveled from t equal to 0 and t equal to 10. So when we have a speed time graph, the distance traveled is equal to area under graph. So we can see this is the area of a trapezium, but also it is an area of a triangle plus area of a rectangle. So let's do that this way. So what is the area of the triangle? We will have half times base, which is 10, times height, which is 32, plus area of the rectangle is 10 times 8. Simplify, we will have, so this will be 5, so okay, let's cut this one, will be 16, right? 16, so 10 times 16 will be 160 plus 80. It will become 240. So the distance traveled will be 240 meters for time equal to 0 till time equal to 10. So now part C, we have to find the speed. So between time t equal to 0 and time t equal to 60, the acceleration is 0.4 meters per second square. Find the speed at time t equal to 60. So based on the graph, it says that between time 10 and time 60, the train accelerates from this point to that point. We need to find the speed at this point. Let's call it v. Okay, so what do we know? We know that the acceleration is 0.04. And if we have a speed time graph, acceleration is equal to the gradient of the graph. Which means we need to know the height of the triangle and the base of the triangle. So the height, let's find the base of the triangle. So this is the base. It will be 60 minus 10 is 50. And the height is, so the speed here we don't know, we call it v. So v minus 8. That will be the height of the triangle. Okay. So will be, the height is v minus 8 divided by 50. So v minus 8 divided by 50 equal to 0.04. So sorry, 0.4. So now we have to find the value of v. Cross multiply, we will have v minus 8 equal to 50 times 0.4. So v minus 8 is, so 0 here, we'll move one decimal place, will be 20. V is 20 plus 8, which is 28. So part C, 28 meters per second square for the speed at time 60.